The Little Bass Lake dispersed campsites are located in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, north of Manistee to the west of 94. These campsites are reservation only. You have to pay online or by telephoning the ranger station to pay in advance. There is no pay station here at this campground. Before I go any farther into the video, when I'm talking about these dispersed campsites, I think it's worth mentioning how extremely rugged some of the trails are getting to these places. For example, this spot right here, I was looking for a dispersed campsite and I got to a point in the trail where I couldn't turn around and I couldn't go forward, and backing up would have been several miles down a trail going backwards with a completely dust covered back windshield, and it was just an awful situation to be in all alone. So make sure you know what you're getting into and you're prepared, because there's also no cell service. So if you get yourself out here looking for some of these dispersed campsites and you don't think your vehicle will make it down the 2-track or the trail, simply don't go. If you're afraid to be in a situation where you have no cell service, whether you're traveling alone or you have a medical condition, play it safe and don't go. And always check in and let somebody know where you are going, just in case. When I've been out here to some of these dispersed sites, I am way out here, and sometimes you don't see anybody for days. So be prepared, plan for the worst, and now let's get on with the video. So this is the entrance to the campground. There is no sign indicating that. So I didn't turn and I kept going straight. And there's actually a spot to turn around down there or park your vehicle. So I just parked and I walked back. But the whole damn thing is uphill. Not a huge uphill, but uphill enough that after that length of walking, I'm a little winded. But here we go. There are between 4 and 5 dispersed sites here at this location, all of which are fairly large, plenty big enough for a large setup if you wanted to pull them down the trail. The road getting back here isn't terrible, it's definitely manageable, but I was surprised to see some of the really large rigs at the end of the campground. In fact, there were so many large rigs parked up in one big cluster that I couldn't even begin to film the other 3 campsites because they were blocked up by trailers, ORVs, and huge fifth wheels. So I moseyed on past those sites that sounded like they were full of quite a rowdy crowd, and came down to the water where you have carry-in only boat access. It looked like a nice quiet lake to put in a canoe or kayak and do some fishing, as this lake supposedly holds some nice smallmouth bass and crappie, even pumpkin seed sunfish. If you decide to come visit these dispersed sites, make sure you pack everything that you need for a stay, including plenty of water and toilet paper, as the outhouse did not have any toilet paper in it, and there was no hand pump water that I could find. Make sure when you're traveling in this direction that you set it up on your maps as you drive here, and that you follow your map, because the campground itself was not very well marked along the road, except for one sign that I found that indicated that the campground was several miles ahead, and after that I just had to follow the map to get here.